Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to the last review of the regular season. The Panthers defeat the Maple Leafs 5-2 and end up winning the Atlantic Division thanks to Boston's loss against Ottawa last night. So the Florida Panthers will be playing the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. Hello, Dustin. How is everyone doing? I see Jameson is here, Colin, Bucks Rays Bolts. Hello, Jackson. How are you? So, what a bunch of games there were last night. Washington ends up being the lucky team that clinches the second wild card spot. Hello. Robert Smith says Marner texted last night, says they tanked last night to play Boston round one. I did not see the Dangle video last night. Thanks for reminding me. I still need to see it. So, how is everyone doing today? So, yeah, I've seen some Leafs fans on Twitter. They are horrified at the prospect of playing against Boston. Hey Jackson, thank you for the 2. He says it's time to slay our demons. Yeah, you got that right. iDog says we broke Steve Dangle. So, Andre says, happy playoffs, everyone. 'Tis the season. Go Cats. Yeah. Thanks again, Jackson, for the 2. Yeah, so the Panthers play the Eastern Conference playoff bracket is completely set. There is nothing left to determine. The Rangers won the President's Trophy, and we will be playing the Washington Capitals, who the Flyers must have broken the hearts of Red Wings and Penguins fans everywhere when the Flyers needed a regulation win to stay alive, so they pulled the goalie in a tie game with 3 minutes left, and Washington ended up scoring the empty net goal, and that's how the Flyers lost, and Detroit was eliminated. And what's funny is literally a minute and 44 seconds before Philly gave up the empty netter, they had already been eliminated because Detroit had tied the Detroit and Montreal game with 3.3 seconds left. So, Colin says, honestly, the more I think about it, Tampa Bay hasn't seen the full capacity of the Panthers. Dustin thinks if this series goes to 7, it's because of Vasi and him alone. Yeah, Vasi will probably be a thorn in our side in this series. Boston tanked yesterday versus Ottawa, so they wouldn't play. That's Andre's belief. Well, I mean, how else do you explain losing to the let's see, Ottawa? Boston lost to Ottawa last night, and then who did they play the other night? Colin, you think the Panthers have a solid chance to beat Tampa Bay? Yeah, so do I. Oh, hey Dad, did you watch the Steve Dangle video? We'll have to watch it together. Yeah, it should be a good one. They lost to the Capitals too. Well, that one is an excusable loss because the Capitals were fighting for their playoff lives. Jackson says Panthers in 7. Metallicoaster says Cats in 7. Owl says that Ottawa has been slaying the Leafs and Bruins for us this season. Kachuk paid his brother off. Idog claims that Steve Dangle went full Joker. Well, that'll be fun to watch. What was the season series with Florida and Tampa? Well, I know we lost a game, and I think we were 2-1 against Tampa.
It doesn't matter because I think 2 of them were against Johansson.
Yeah.
I think the one time we played Vasilevsky, he reverted to Super Saiyan mode.
So, yeah, we beat the Lightning 9-2, but that was against Johansson. Andre says, what a way to start the playoffs, though. The Florida Classic will be great. Yeah, and we also this is the Eastern Conference playoffs. Rangers play the Capitals. The Panthers will play the Lightning. And then we have Bruins and Maple Leafs, which is always an intense, gritty series. And we're going to get a rematch of Hurricanes and Islanders. So the Islanders are looking to avenge last year's defeat. Oh, they pulled Vazzy in the 9-2 game after he gave up 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I guess that counts.
And we beat him in December 3-2. Hello, Rosado. Hey, Cuban, thank you for the 2. He asks, who's my favorite superhero? Spider-Man. I grew up on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. I love Spider-Man. Jesse says the Duke Game 7 overtime winner is going to hurt. No, don't put that evil on us. Jackson claims that Tampa's not seen playoff Kachuk and modern playoff Barkov. Let's see. Jackson says, you know what would bring chaos? The Islanders beating the Canes and leading to a Battle of New York in the second round. Yeah, I'll go for that. Because I don't think the Capitals are going to overtake the Rangers. Although if that's how the President's Trophy curse manifested itself, a first-round exit to Washington, oh my God, that would be hilarious. Dietrich, that's been a rumor for at least 13 years. In fact, it was about 13 years ago where they announced Spider-Man 4 was in the works, and then a week later, they announced that they were rebooting everything. Andres, you wanted to see the Weens in the playoffs as the last wild card? Robert Smith thinks that Boston will not be bullying Toronto, not this year. Well, Cuban, thank you for the 2.
Hey, you guys.
He's trying to ask you a trivia question again.
Oh, what's the question?
I think we're alone now, artist.
Oh, Tiffany.
Technically, there's two answers to that question.
Right. Yeah, true.
Let's see. The Canes are the current odds favorites for the Cup. Scary group. Yeah. The only team that truly frightens me in this year's postseason is the Hurricanes. Yeah, the Miami Heat. Excuse me. The Miami Heat have their play-in tonight. So, yeah, the Florida Panthers not only make it to the playoffs again, we are Atlantic Division winners for the we're division winners for the fourth time in franchise history. Give me a second, guys. I gotta go blow my nose. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I understand that.
All right. The Leafs were outshot 31-4 in the second period. That's the most shots by any team in any period this season. Jeff says, I don't get the Vazzy veer. He had a real bad season for his standards. Could he turn it on against us? I suppose, but you'd be basing that on the past. Yeah, the Predators might be a sleeper team this year, and they are going to play the Canucks in the first round. Owl says that Zito built a team that got 2 Atlantic Division wins in 3 years, the President's Trophy, and the trip to the finals. Well, let's add a Stanley Cup championship to that, shall we? Yeah. Ryan says we need to treat Vazzy and the Bolts with the respect they deserve. Yeah, Vazzy turned it on last we played Tampa. iDog, the Western bracket, there is one thing left to settle in the Western bracket, and that's who gets third place in the Pacific. Right now, the Golden Knights have a 1-point lead for third place in the Pacific, but the Kings have the regulation wins tiebreaker, which means if Vegas loses in any fashion to the Ducks, and if the Kings beats the Blackhawks in any fashion, the Kings would take third place in the Pacific again, and thus play the Oilers, while Vegas would get to play the Stars. But if Vegas gets the win, or if there's any combination that results in the Kings having one less point earned than the Golden Knights on that particular by the end of the season, then the Golden Knights will be playing the Oilers, and the Kings will be playing the Stars. Let's see. Kucherov is just as scary as Vazzy, plus Duclair has been great for him. Brian, we're not playing on Saturday at all. I believe the Panthers are going to be playing on Sunday in either the 12:30 or 3 slot. Lolo says that Zito and the Violas saved this team from ending up like the Jets, Yotes, and Sens. Well, yeah, I mean, Zito in particular has done an amazing job. Yeah, Dustin wants the little brother monkey off our back. Remember, the Florida Panthers are actually the little brother. The Lightning started to play one season before the Panthers did. Yeah, a classic first round: Bruins, Leafs, and Panthers Lightning. Oh, you heard Saturday? But I thought that was only if the Panthers were playing the Leafs. Yeah, I'm expecting Tampa to bring everything they have, and I'm expecting the Panthers to one up them. Yeah, OEL and Ekblad should be a go for game one. And Verhage scored in his first game back. They brought him in last night. So it's going to be interesting to find out what happens, because we still have one last question to answer, and that's who takes third place in the Pacific and who gets the second wild card. I am personally hoping that the Kings take back third place in the Pacific, which means we get another Kings and Oilers series, and Vegas has to go play the Stars. I believe the Stars have clinched best record in the Western Conference. Can anyone confirm that for me? Jameson says Thatcher Demko looked great last night. Dakota Joshua is going to put the league on notice this spring. The Bucks Rays Bulls fan, you're still upset you lost to the Blue Jackets in the first round? Well, by this point, that's ancient history. Who do I think will come out of the West? I cannot underestimate Vegas's ability to bullshit their way to another Stanley Cup final, especially since Mark Stone has been cleared to practice. But ideally, Stars have been looking intimidating. The Jets are probably underrated as far as contenders in the West. The Avalanche might get their act together. I'm not expecting a team from the Pacific Division to make it, other than maybe Vegas. The Nashville Predators could wreck things for everyone else in the West. Yeah, the Panthers defenseman should be ready for game one. Hello, hockey from home. Lolo says the Stars are going to kill the Knights after last year's Western Conference final. Then root for Vegas to lose to the Ducks and the Kings to beat the Blackhawks. That's the scenario in which the Kings will play the Oilers and the Knights will play the Stars in the first round. Or if LA loses in overtime to Chicago and the Golden Knights lose in regulation to the Ducks, that will also work for the Kings, since the Kings have regulation win tiebreaker. Hello, Sean. Jaws will be joining us, I think, when he comes back from the post office. Yeah. Dog, you think the Jets will destroy the Avs? Well, that's what they did in one of the last regular season games, correct? Yeah, it comes down to urinating Tree's curse. Who does he pick? Yeah, Tree's haters guide this year will be great. So it's going to be a heck of a playoffs. Colin says it seems like Steve Dangle didn't want to play either Boston or Florida. I mean, yeah, there is a strong argument for the Atlantic Division being the best in hockey, yeah. Yeah, he cursed us after the All-Star. But the Panthers did get their acts together. For some of the fans, for some of the Panthers fans, it's the best possible outcome. No President's Trophy, but we still win the Atlantic Division and get to play a hot-blooded rivalry. Pardon me. Yeah, Tampa's far from a one-man team. So, yeah, we get home ice for the first 2 rounds, which is really nice. The irony is that 1-0 loss against the Hurricanes apparently denied us of the points that we would need to have home ice against the Hurricanes as well, should it come down to that matchup in round 3. So, Ken, if you haven't checked out Steve Dangle today, you always come here first. Well, we appreciate you coming here. And yeah. So, if you'll permit me to go on a brief non-hockey related tangent, for those of you following NBA, the Lakers beat the Pelicans to clinch the 7th seed, and the Lakers will play the Nuggets. Basically, Zion got injured again for the Pelicans, which means no winning. And also, these Sacramento Kings humiliated the Golden State Warriors and eliminated the Warriors from the playoffs. So that dynasty, that Golden Warriors dynasty, might be over. Also, for the Miami Heat fans, we play the 76ers tonight in the play-ins. If we win, we get to play the let's see, I'm not sure who the Heat would play. Oh yeah, we would play the Knicks in the playoffs if the Heat beat the 76ers tonight. Jackson says we have identical home and road records if you combine regulation losses and overtime losses. Interesting. Owl says, don't worry, I'm sure the Caps will take care of the Canes for us by round 2. I think if the Rangers and Canes don't make it to the second round to play each other, that would be a tremendous failure on the part of at least one of those teams. Hey, the good news, Lolo, if the Heats lose to the 76ers, the season is not over. The Heat I believe were the 7th seed. So if the Heat lose to the 76ers, the Heat will get a second chance to make the playoffs by playing the winner of the Chicago Bulls and Atlanta Hawks game. Jackson says we have 26 wins at home and on the road. That's what you call consistency. Well, that's good news. Having home ice is still gonna be a fun experience for the first 2 rounds. Owl says if either the Canes or Rangers lose round 1, then the entire Metro should just be abolished. Does Crosby ask for a trade? He's not liking the direction the Penguins are going. Well, yeah, I mean, the Penguins traded Jake Gensel just to make a ridiculous rally to be back in the playoff contention. One has to wonder if the Penguins kept Gensel, do they maybe make the playoffs? Kyle Dubas had one job, and that was to squeeze as much life as possible out of the old Penguins core, as much extra juice as possible, and it would appear he has failed. How do I feel about us having to go up against him? All shall love me and despair. Well, I'll just say it's apparently the matchup the Panthers wanted. How else do you explain 4 goals on 31 shots in 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the second period? If the Canes go down round 1, Canes men will return and it'll be great. Yeah. I want to see the video if the Capitals beat the Rangers, because that would be the most hilarious. That would be one of the more hilarious first round exits. Certainly the most hilarious one since last year. Owl says, do you think star players should count less against the salary cap as they start getting closer to 40? Teams keep them for viewership numbers and loyalty, but it hurts the competitive aspect. Well, that's a difficult question to answer because there's already so many cap circumvention tricks in the league. I don't know if basically adding a senior discount to the league is the way to, that would just encourage teams to keep the gain around. And that is going to eventually result in loss of playoff revenue. Let's see. Biggest upset in round 1 East and Western Conference. Good question. I'm going to go with Nashville taking out the Canucks. I think Nashville is being highly underrated right now. That's my pick for biggest upset. Not every GM gets the "we have full faith, do what needs to be done" that Zito gets. Well, Zito has earned that privilege. Jameson says, "You're going to be so wrong about that, Kyle." That's right, you're a Canucks fan, too. Well, Colin thinks the Islanders will beat the Canes round one. Well, I don't trust the Canucks. I don't trust how good they've been this year after the calamity from last year. Trey says, let's see. Sunswine says, "Cap sweep Rangers." If that happens, the Rangers deserve to be clowned on for eternity. Lolo's picking Rangers round one and Oilers sweep round one. Do I think whoever wins the Atlantic battle gets the cup? I can't guarantee that. I can guarantee whoever wins the Battle of the Atlantic is most likely becoming the Eastern Conference champion. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to find out what happens. So, well, this is interesting. We got a couple of other NHL news. The Canadians have exercised their 2-year option on coach Martin St. Louis. And the Minnesota Wild signs goalie Marc-Andre Fleury to a 1-year, $2.5 million contract extension on Wednesday, bringing back the veteran for his age 40 season. Wow. So, which Central team will come out on top? Let's see. Dallas, Colorado. Probably Winnipeg. You can't rely on a Peter DeBoer coached team to make it to the cup. And that's what the Stars have, is Peter DeBoer. But Jets, my money would be on the Jets coming out of the Central. Whoever wins the Atlantic may be down to half their roster by the time they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, no one really has any faith in LA. I mean, they've been inconsistent this season as far as I have heard. He'll be 40 next year, Marc-Andre Fleury. Owl says I had the Avs as a top cup contender until I saw it would be Jets versus Avs in round one. Kenneth is calling for a Jets versus Vegas Western Conference Finals. Lolo thinks whoever wins the Atlantic will make it to the Eastern Conference Final. That's all that's a given. So, yeah. It'll be interesting to find out what happens. Now, so let's talk about the Lightning. Vazzy, we all see that Vazzy has the ability to turn it on and absolutely infuriates the ever-loving hell out of his opponent. Kucherov has been insane this year. I think he was going for 100 assists this year. And of course, there's the whole Anthony Duclair theme, the theme where we sent his ass to hockey hell in San Jose, and then he went to the Lightning because of course Duclair went back to Florida, but he now plays for Tampa. Ryan says, I think the inconsistency in that for Dallas will cost them again. Yeah, Ottinger has not been at the same elite level as let's say Georgiev or Heliabuk. Kenneth believes the Atlantic Division is so hard, the Sabres will be irrelevant forever. Yeah, Leafs and Tampa are gonna clash in an otherwise meaningless game. The Leafs and Tampa, Kucherov wants to get his 100th assist and Matthews to 70 goals. I would find it super hilarious if neither of those happened. So Kucherov is stuck at 99 assists, and Matthews would be stuck at 69 goals. Kyle and chat, over or under 10 fights in the Florida Classic series. I'll take the over. You probably have 3 different fights just in game 1. This is a good series. This will be a good series, I think. It's about time. It's about time the Panthers Lightning rivalry got some fresh sparks into it. Yeah, give Stolars a bonus just for keeping Matthews at 69. Yeah, someone could get ejected. I just wonder who it'll be. I'm sure Matthew Tkachuk will probably stir things up. We might get some shenanigans involving Duclair. Hello, Facebook user. They don't show your name here on StreamYard, but hello, Facebook user. Says, I hope Duke doesn't try to start any crap, but I do hope he gets a warm welcome to start. Yeah. Lolo says, wait, guys, moment of silence for all the hockey channels not being able to force Bedard into every hockey highlight video and thumbnail for 3 months. Hello, Greg. It's great to have you here. So, Duclair knows the Panthers playbook. Well, if you take a look at how the Panthers have built up the team over the last few years, I think the Panthers have gotten sick and tired of losing to the Lightning and have crafted a team that's basically hand tailored to defeat the Lightning. Not just in players, the players on the team, but the more important aspect is basically the mentality, the strategy, the the maneuvers with back checking, making every player capable of playing defense. Let's see. I have not seen Dangle's video yet. I look forward to watching it though. Dad and I are going to watch that together. McGowan thinks that McKinnon will win the Hart Trophy. That's the most valuable player trophy, right? I hope Barkov wins the Selke. That's for best defensive forwards, right? Because Barkov like smoked everyone else in that category. Do I believe the Panthers can play a series like the second period last night? Maybe not the entire series, but I'd love to have the majority of the series be like that. Stengel basically lost. Okay, it sounds fun. I can't wait to see that video. The Leafs have not beaten the Bruins in the series since 1959. Oh. Oh my god, that's what? 5. That's 65 years. The Leafs have not beaten the Bruins in the series in 65 years. Owl says, apparently the Leafs only let the Panthers take 31 shots in one period because they were distracted trying to get Matthews to 70. Let's see. Bruins are the biggest choke team in the league. Well, they're trying to shake that off. Last year, yeah, the Bruins were the biggest chokers in the league. This year, the Bruins could start off on the right foot by not losing to a team that they have owned for 65 years. The Leafs were in a different conference for most of it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's a good point. Chad says, just like my dream predicted, the Panthers will slay the Dragon of Tampa. Oh, they just choked the division. Well, okay, on the one hand, yes. On the second, I don't know if the Bruins really wanted to play Tampa. I think they might have wanted to engage in that old blood rivalry against the Leafs. We landed on the moon more recently than the Leafs have beaten the Bruins. Give me a second. Jaws is about to join us. Give me a second. You ready?
Hey,
what's up?
All right.
Look who showed up.
Man, you know how it is. I got so many things. Half of my day I spend the last couple of days I've been spending having to go back and redo stuff because I got so much I'm doing. I keep forgetting things. Like Kyle and I went outside at 11:20 to talk about the schedule, and we got about 3 throws of the football, and I'm like, oh shit, the review. And we hadn't eaten. We had just totally, because I'm editing the couple of videos I got coming out tomorrow, and I felt so good that I made some progress, and inside I'm like, what? I feels like I'm forgetting something. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. So,
Yeah.
Raven, you're happy? Yeah, Raven. I was going to ask you. You're happy with the Bruins situation? I can't imagine why. You're welcome.
The last time the Leafs beat the Bruins in a playoff series was 1959.
Jeez.
It's been 65 years.
Jeez. Well, and then if it goes a certain way, it could be Panthers, Leafs having both slayed their individual dragons. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The second round could be that. So, Kenneth says, I don't know any Raven for the next 2 weeks. Hey, look, the Panthers had their choice too, Toronto has a 2-0 lead, and we go out there for the second period, and we could have just, kept it respectable and said, okay, we're going to play Toronto. And was it like 4 goals in 3.5 minutes or something?
It was 4 goals in 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Geez.
2 of those goals were in 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah. And that's it. It's all it took was 3 minutes for us to choose between Tampa and Toronto. And okay, so that's what we're doing, right?
Raven says he's not exactly scared of Tampa, but more happy that the Panthers or Lightning will be out, 2 teams that would have been tight for Boston.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean the Leafs have goaltending issues right now. That's the thing, What, like I said in the recap last night, the funny part is that Boston didn't really want to play Tampa. Florida, I thought we didn't want to play Tampa. But we both would have preferred to play Toronto, but Toronto's the one that beat Tampa last year.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Hey, look, it was never going to be easy regardless, and the expectations now are it's cup or bust, really. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, Cuban. Thank you. Planet Rock artist trade night.
Let's see. Lolo says Raven.
Thank you, Cuban. Sorry, Kyle.
It's okay though. Leafs last beat the Bruins when the home refrigerator was new and exciting.
Jeez. I remember when getting an Atari was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like I wanted an Atari for Christmas, and my parents said no. It was too much money. It was $50. And so I had to mow lawns to earn my $50 to buy my own Atari. What's Sean say?
Sean says that Boston beat Toronto 4 times this year. November 2nd at Boston, Bruins 3-2 in a shootout. December 2 at Toronto, Bruins 4-3 in overtime. March 4 at Toronto, Bruins 4-1. March 7th at Boston, Bruins 4-1. Not good for Dangle.
Jeez. Well, we'll see. Both teams, Boston's going to be heavy duty. Boston's going to be heavy duty, not wanting to lose in the first round again. So is Tampa. So there's that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Toronto would have wanted revenge against us, right? And Toronto wants revenge against Boston. And the only fair thing would have been for Boston and Tampa to play. And then I think, based on last year, I think, Panthers should have been able to play the Capitals and it's not fair. Wah wah. It's not fair. The Atlantic gets to beat the crap out of each other, and the Rangers and Carolina get the Islanders and the Capitals. Hey guys, Fluffy is downstairs. He can't get up here with me. Fluffy's having he didn't sleep really well last night. I don't think he feels good. He's okay, but he's tired right now. When it starts to get humidity in the air, he struggles a little bit with it. He's going to be 11 on June 1st. But no, he can't. I can't get him up here anymore. So
Raven says that NESN only gets the first round of playoffs. I'm imagining a Game 7 overtime win versus Toronto. Jack Edwards' last call ever.
Oh, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It says that we didn't have a huge slump in March. We could have gotten the number 1 seed and had the Capitals. Well, that's part of it too. And then we go and we decide to win the division last night. But the frustrating part is that, if we end up in the Eastern Conference Finals against Carolina, they still have home ice because they have more points. Even though we won the division and they didn't,
So
yeah, no, there's no easy path to the cup. Jackson's right. Yeah. So Fluffy's on the he's on the podcast for the members. I got that coming out a little bit later. I got to upload it. Not a lot of activity. He pretty much, I think I caught myself after like 20 minutes. I had the camera on him the whole time. I don't think he'd moved. I don't think he had moved. So, and he's all right. Nothing to worry about there. But he wants to go to the river and do all of his things, and then he just gets really, really tired and sore.
iDog says, what's hilarious that we decided to win the division, complete opposite from the Dolphins choking the division to the Bills.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Let's see.
Rangers easy. Well, the Rangers might have I don't know about that.
They should be playing the Hurricanes in the second round. That's not exactly easy.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call the Canes easy. And then whoever comes out of the Atlantic, right? Yeah. What do I think of Duclair being a factor in this series? I mean, we'll see how he responds to our style of play and him being on the opposite end to that, right? So apparently he's on the top line there. Now, I'll say this. Based on, and I know the Rodriguez. Hey, Cuban, thank you, brother. Are we going to see Kyle grow a beard? Yeah. Yep, he's going to have his last shave here any second. He might have had it last night. He just doesn't know it yet. Raven, we're doing the Boston-Toronto series. As long as it's on the opposite days, that's easy for us. In terms of Duclair, and what I was getting to was about Rodriguez. I know that third line with Rodriguez, Luciano, and Lundell, I know they looked good, but to be honest with you, Rodriguez has got to stop with the stupid penalties, or he needs to get the hell off the ice, because I'd rather see Verhaeghe and then Cousins and then Tarasenko than have Cousins on the fourth line so we can fit Rodriguez on a third line, and then every night he's taking a stupid penalty. So, that can't happen against Tampa. We cannot just be giving them free ass power plays. Colin, when we know when the brackets are set, that's the thing, is they don't have the brackets set yet because the Western Conference, the matchups aren't set yet, which that's good because I'm rushing for time to get the other things going. Yeah, exactly. Metal says D-Rod likes giving the fans souvenirs, right?
So,
Go ahead, Kyle.
someone is saying that Ed says, I thought we are the 5 p.m. I thought I saw we are the 5 p.m. game Saturday in Toronto. Boston is 8 p.m. What?
Really? Why would they play us at the same time? Let me see. Let's run the chat. I looked this morning. I hadn't seen anything yet.
I thought we were a Sunday afternoon game. The Lightning's fans, I'm right, says, interesting facts. Duclair is the reason why we are in the playoffs. No disrespect to the rest.
Right.
Interesting.
Let me see.
Go ahead,
There's
Kyle. No schedule until the season is over.
Yeah. Everything I heard was they would have Toronto and Boston Saturday because they want hockey night in Canada. They had said that if the Panthers played Toronto, we were going to start Saturday. And then last night it was kind of the assumption would be Boston and Toronto would be Saturday, and Florida and Tampa would be on Sunday. I mean, I would assume it's almost a guarantee they're going to play them on different days. I hope so. That would really suck because, I mean, otherwise we'd have to, there should be one from the Atlantic, one from the Metro each day. You know what I mean? So, everybody says you hope it's Saturday, got stuff going on Sunday. What could be more important than a Panthers Lightning playoff game? Whoever it is, blow them off. Unless it's work, then you're screwed. Or your wife, kind of screwed there too. Go ahead, Kyle.
Raven says game 1 is in Boston, though. Sean says Leafs can have the Saturday to game. They will need Sunday to go to church and beg for mercy.
Oh man, yeah, I got to watch Stengel's video. I mean, from Leafs perspective, who knows who they really would have wanted, right? There's no easy road for them.
Sun Swine says we better not have another back-to-back night against Tampa.
Yeah, I couldn't remember when that was, Sun Swine. I remember we had the back-to-back. I thought maybe it was last year, but maybe you're talking about maybe it was against Tampa. I couldn't remember when that was. I was talking about it on the podcast. I don't think that we would have that issue now, but at least, the travel's going to be light, right? Sean says Boston in 5, maybe 4. I mean, if Toronto's goaltending doesn't improve, it's going to be a quick series, really quick. Hey, thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you,
Green on the Bolts. Gotta beat Big Brother eventually. Thank you, guys.
No, you're welcome. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So yeah, it sounds like that was the President's Trophy season round 2. Okay.
The Lightning fans, I'm right says, and I don't feel confident with this series. We got worse since we last met. Panthers got better. Interesting.
We didn't have Kachuk and we didn't have Maurice, and we didn't have a lot of things when we played them last time, but it was still 4-0. You know what I mean? The year before we took them to 6. Look, I'm not about to take Tampa lightly. They got too many good guys. They got too many players. They know how to win a cup, Colin says the Panthers could hunt that Duke's bad defense. It's like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see how he handles that whole situation, especially you're talking about if it's Barkov with Tarasenko and Reinhart, that top line could do well. And then the third line, we just got to get Rodriguez with the stupid penalties. He took a holding penalty last night. I wanted to reach through the TV and wring his neck because he had gotten away with a little bit of a grab. And then I don't understand what he's doing. Okay, so the man has the puck on his stick, and he looks like he's got you beat and he's going to get past you. but you don't bear hug the dude and just take 2 minutes. We got a pretty good goalie if you do allow a shot.
You know I'm right. Says Panthers have depth. We don't anymore. Third and fourth lines have been dry for us.
Right. But Cooch has got what, like a 540 assists? Right?
Kucherov, the otherwise meaningless Toronto versus Tampa game tonight. Tampa wants to get Kucherov 100 assists,
Right.
and the Leafs want to get Matthews 70 goals. And I'm
Right.
rooting for neither of those things to happen.
Oh. Nah, we'll let Cooch get his 100 assists. That way he won't be mad going into game 1. Yeah, Sean, that's a whole nother ball of wax there, right? I mean, Samoskevich at some point's got to come up. I'm curious to see when we're going to announce the actual playoff roster, right?
Is Sergachev coming back? I believe he is. That was a question Sunswine had.
I had heard somebody say before that they were getting Sergachev back, but I don't know if he's ready to go and practicing or if it's not ready yet.
Dylan says he got his tickets for game 1. We'll try and grab you guys a couple extra shirts or towels, whatever they give out.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated. You guys keep us supplies, right?
The Lightning fan says Sergachev definitely isn't coming back.
Okay. But you guys got Hedman. Okay. Yeah. No, but Sergachev is losing Sergachev is like the Panthers losing, I don't know about Ekblad, but certainly like if we lost Montour. You know what I mean? So that was a brutal injury. That was a brutal injury. I was wondering when I heard he was coming back, I said, really? Because I mean, it was broken tibia and fibia, right? I mean, that's nasty. That hurts me just thinking about it. So, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. David says Sergey's injury was really bad. I'm genuinely surprised he's even skating at the moment. That looked like a career-ending injury from what you remember. Yeah. There you go. Sean says biggest factor in this series for us to stay out of the damn box and don't let Erod shoot. That's true. That's true stuff right there. I'm right. Go ahead. No, I was saying, and keep Ekblad healthy. Ekblad needs to stay healthy. Now, I feel confident in Balinskis if he's the first guy off the bench. Mahura makes me nauseous, man. I'm
right, says our defense did improve when we got Dumba and brought up Lillenberg.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll probably score now that you said that, right, Sean?
Marlins down 1-0. What else is new?
Jeez.
Hey, but they won yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Eyes.
Hey, Eyes, that's okay. We're getting ready to clear up here anyway.
Yeah, we got a Steve Dangle video to watch together.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kyle's got it. We're so overloaded with stuff to do. It's incredible. And I keep forgetting half of the things. So I end up having to do things twice. So any last words, Kyle? We want free Junior Whopper.
I think the Panthers, I am ready to reignite the rivalry with Tampa because missing out on Panthers Lightning last year was, breath of relief, but also means we didn't get to conquer that demon. Now we get to.
Yeah. Well, one thing at a time. We had to conquer we finally won a Stanley Cup game demon. That took us a whole year for that. Hey, thank you, Eyes. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Eyes. Much appreciated. Rings of Saturn say Leafs fans complaining about the refs is one of your favorite sounds. You say Dangle is unhinged. I gotta watch that. I mean, I guess even after last year, he'd rather play Florida than Boston. Jeez.
So, Kyle makes Jaws take him to the gym since he doesn't lift during goals.
Oh, full on maniac episode. All right. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. I was wondering which way he wanted, right? You
Hey,
know.
David, thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, David. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank
He
you.
says, "Get well, Fluffy. Go Panthers."
Yeah, he'll be okay. He'll be all right. Um, it's tough because he wants to go and go and do and go and do, and then he does, and then when he crashes, it's hard when you see your older dog just laying there lethargically because you get worried, even though hey, he's just tired and sore from playing. But last night was rough. I didn't get 3 hours worth of sleep last night. He was up all night. He was not comfortable. So appreciate it. Oh, he brings us Saturday saying the Leafs are benefactors of top 10 most corrupt calls in the history of the NHL. Hey, buddy. Will we get into any? Greg is asking, will we get to any games this postseason closer to Tampa? So you might have to do some away games. Kyle was down there around his birthday and went to a game, but no, we're here. We're here. I can't leave. I can't go until Fluffy has barked his last bark. I can't really leave and go away because he can't get upstairs, and he's it's kind of full-time care with him right now because he's spoiled, but there's it just is what it is. And then Kyle already expended his vacation time. He has to work another year to get any more paid vacation. Right, Kyle? All right, I'm gonna let Kyle go. We've got videos to film and edit, and Nick, let me see if I got another. Yeah, eyes. The other night when that happened, I sat there for like an hour. I tried to get a good script idea, but my head is in these other videos, and I've been doing so much now. I need to get those finished. But yeah, the Kyle and I actually had a pretty good idea. So that might come. It just depends on if I get a hold of anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't think right now. I don't think. I'm still trying to get a hold of Billy. We were communicating, but he's so busy that I don't know if he's going to have time to do it. So, and I try to get a hold of people in the Panthers organization, and it doesn't matter how many times I contact them or how many different ways, they just ignore me. I can only assume at this point that it's purposeful because it's been years and just doesn't matter who I reach out to. I don't even get a response. So that's the name of that tune. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for all the super chats. And I'll have a community post out tomorrow with the schedule in terms of if we're going to be doing any live streams or anything like that before the playoffs. And then once the games start, we're good to go. We're doing both series. And then I'm going to make Kyle. Kyle is going to stay up late and do one of the Western Conference series by himself.
No.
So he just doesn't know it yet.
Fake news. So. Fake news.
Come on, you're younger than me, man. Oh, wait, you can't because that's my bedroom now. So you can't stream from my That's your excuse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't stream from my bedroom, right? So
I'll be like, go! And you'll be like, God damn it, Kyle, I want sleep.
Right. Lolo, you gotta know the right people in the organization. Yeah, I mean that's partially true. They should at least respond to email. Like there's been a couple people that I've been trying to get a hold, and then respond, be professional. If the answer is no, the answer is no, but be professional and respond. I don't think all my messages have gone unread for all of these years, and so it's be professional and respond. That's all. So, all right, everybody, appreciate all the support, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. We have some high quality stuff coming out. Maybe later tonight, but definitely by tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye, Kyle.
Right, you take care, everyone.
Bye.